Hello, comrades, Premier Rever. Welcome back to the country of Reverstan. Of course, we're at Neuve Revergrad. And I say the country of Reverstan because it's the country with cars. It's been a little while since I recorded the last episode in real life, but very little, if any, time in game time. And I kept it paused while I looked for our electrical issue from the end of the last episode, but oh, wait, that quick? The guy left? Oh, there he goes. There is our car guy, and he should be going down to the Revergrad car dealer. And I don't know if that's the best place, but it's our only car dealer. So we're going to have to deal with that. But we have an overflow for when he's gone on his long trip. And so there we go. So there goes our first truckload of cars. I was kind of wondering why I didn't leave. Like, the cars seem to show up on these trucks a little bit weird, like they shrink. It sort of looks like they're full at times, I think, when they have like 3, and then all of a sudden it's got 4. So in any event, we'll go down and take a look at that, because we'll see if we spend enough time down there for him to get all the way down here. And eventually, I want to see about trying to maybe get him. Well, we'll see. I really haven't ever played with the cars, so I don't know exactly how the distribution will go, but there is our car dealer. I went around in between, speaking of our electrical issue, I went around to every single transformer and clicked on it. And then, to some degree, not every single switch, but I clicked on many of the switches. And there's nothing. The highest number is Przink South at the time that I had clicked, which is over here. And it was at like 3, and I think that's very explainable because it's doing both of our electrical connections for our rails. We do have another electrical connection for rails, but that makes sense that this one, they're 4.4. So now the numbers I wrote down obviously are going to be fluctuating, but that was the highest number, like kind of by far. I think New Revergrad had another one in the 3s. So I came over, if we come click here, 2.6, almost 3. Yeah, so that was another one that was kind of high, but nothing that says, oh, you've got, some massive problem. This one's trying to pump out. Now, I understand that, we could get certain switches could have real high voltages, and you can't get over 14 on the switches. So one of the, I've kind of learned a little bit about this. So, like, it will tell you the maximum wattage that it can handle right there. So this transformer can handle 14. This switch can handle 14. So we're really in pretty good shape as far as that goes. Now, in the last episode, just out of a knee-jerk reaction, I switched this to import, and it's importing, but I want to see the effects if we shut this back off. I'm not sure that I didn't just panic because I ran out of dollars for some reason, and I don't know why. Maybe I bought something. So there we go. So we've shut off the power coming in from Importska. And this guy still seems to be fine. Now, everything should have to flow, unless you have like a steel plant, everything should flow through here. So prior to me shutting that off, this was just really in about the same ballpark. It was 1.35 when I looked at it, but again, it's going to fluctuate. And I had time paused, as I mentioned, just to get a snapshot of one instant, in a sense, and then I figured I'd come back and look for the problem with you guys. So I don't see any problem there. Now we have another transformer right over here, but that's, again, in the same ballpark. So we seem to not have a power problem over here if we're importing from this. Now, another thing I learned that I never knew, you can only have 19 nodes. So a node would be any switch or transformer. So if we were to come out to a certain transformer and see that there's no power there or no power usage, I'm not sure if it would say no power supply. I haven't actually caught one that says that. So in other words, if we were getting our power from here, that would be a lot less nodes than having to get our power from all the way over the other side of the map there. Or, well, not the other side. I guess we could get a lot of it. Now, Radomir had made a comment. Are your power plants connected on both sides? And yes, all of them are. So even the ones up there, I double checked, even though I thought that was the case. When somebody makes a suggestion, I'll check. even if I think I'm right. It's, you know, I've been wrong more than once. And yeah, I went around, you know, again, power wasn't flowing, but there's no indication that something's not connected. Though there are some goofy situations that, yeah, I'm not real sure about. And I think some of my connections may exceed the 19 node thing, but we're getting by because things are connected in a different way, if that makes sense. So there's like a different path to get there for under 19 nodes. So by shutting off that over there, we don't have any power problems that I could see over here, which is my concern is the 19 node thing. Now, by the way, the reason that Radomir made his comment is because the percentage of power that we were getting. So this could be an issue if we're not getting close to 20 people in here all the time. And I'm not sure, do I even have, so there's no related vehicles coming to this. Everybody has to walk. So let's make sure we have, coal power plant. Yeah, you would think those two alone would be enough. Yeah, the other thing is we have been stealing people from Energenisk through our, automatically get citizens. So one of the things do we have many? We have 400 or 443. So one of the things we may want to do is just let's steal some citizens from Kameen here. I don't want to deprive any one building too much. Let's go get that building from afar. So we'll just, there we go. Yeah, so at least those couple buildings, I don't know if they're going to resettle. I don't think they do. Now, the other thing is, are these people getting polluted? Yeah, they probably are with this average lifespan. So, yeah, that's a bit of an issue. I'm not sure how much we'll deal with that, but it could be that we're losing people for the pollution from here. So hopefully throwing those extra couple people didn't hurt us in getting people up there. Yeah, we're getting 15 now, so we might have to keep an eye on that we're just not getting enough people to live in these polluted houses. But the bottom line is that we shouldn't be importing any more power from here, and we seem to be okay. I mean, I'm not seeing any signs of an outage or any issues. Nothing's fluctuating. That one's not even being used. Anyway, so we seem to be in good shape. Okay, did we get the cars down here? We only have one parking lot. Oh, there he goes. Oh, he's getting fuel. Oh, good. Good timing. So go drop your cars off and let's see what happens. Not that we don't know what's going to happen, but now where are you going? Isn't this the Rivergrad car dealer here? Oh. Are you going all the way around? Oh, you have to go around the block. Okay. Sorry, I questioned you. You knew what you were doing. I don't know what I was thinking. Here he comes. Our first car is getting delivered to the car dealer. Happy days. Let's see if people buy them. I probably should get maybe a footpath over here. I don't know how easily everybody can get to the car dealer, but oh, yeah, the lag is a thing. And we have this guy could probably work on that. Yeah, I did assign some more work over here since I think we're going to have a little bit more steel. Steve mentioned taking the old power plant. Oh, there we go. Look, somebody already bought a car. Wonderful. Now, one of the things I want to do is, did we build? There you go. So there's a parking lot, and it's all connected. So I'm hoping that we'll see some people come over here to work. I think that would be close enough. Can we tell by clicking on a parking lot? Yes. View reachable parking lots. You know what? I don't know how far a reachable parking lot is, but that's not one of them, is it? And you would think, yeah, I mean, they have a pretty direct route, so unfortunately that's too far. So the only thing the people that own these cars can do is drive back and forth to here. which means that as we do things, and I don't want to build too much over here because it's going to be a problem eventually, right? Because they're going to, yeah, it's going to be a problem because I want to knock some of this stuff down and redo this with you guys in a different episode. So, all right, let's continue on with our electrical thing. I assigned some more work. We should be working on this construction and everything else. So now the big one I think I want to do, the other place we're importing is over here. That's the custom house. That's not where the electricity comes from. All right, so we're importing 6 from over here. So let's see what happens if we cut this off. All right, because that's a larger amount. Now, here's our 2 power plants, and if you guys look closely, we're connected every which way, but I was kind of a little bit switch happy over here. So I'm wondering if that's not contributing to the problem, but there you go. This was at 5 or something along those lines. So we've just doubled how much is going through that switch. How much is coming from this switch? 1. So there's this one, you know, is definitely getting loaded up pretty heavy on this 1/2 of this power plant. Now, it's a little disappointing that the import doesn't take a secondary approach, if you know what I mean, like that it's the secondary usage. That it seems like maybe it's just another power plant. So how's this guy? This guy's very low still. So really it's this one that's high. So if there's going to be a problem, you would expect it to be coming from here in a sense. And this one 6, this one 9. So I'm not sure. Well, they could be getting power from whichever direction, I guess. But yeah, so this is definitely a hot line in a sense that's getting used an awful lot as compared to these other ones. Now, which is good because these other ones are the ones that are providing power over this way, direct or indirectly. So as we ramp this stuff up, it means we still have capacity. See, if you look, this line comes, one of the lines comes all the way back here, and then these other ones come into here. So it's sort of a big mess. Now the one, and then this final one goes down here and goes all the way more or less along this road. And then it meets up over here, way down here. And this is where the power ties together and then heads over this way. So this would be an interesting one. Yeah, nothing's overloaded at this minute. It doesn't mean that it won't. Now, another thing people talk about is that at nighttime they use a lot more power, but I have the day-night cycle turned off, but is it still... As far as YouTube videos, I don't want it to be a situation where it's dark. I've seen, some other videos, and it's just not as good. And I didn't, at the time I chose no day-night cycle. I didn't know of the power thing using more at night. I'm not sure if that's significant. I'm not, and in the grand scheme of things, I guess it makes sense. It would definitely make it more difficult when I've been saying all the way along that there's no difference. I'm just doing it for YouTube. But here we are. And I'm probably not going to change it at this point. But, if we come back here, what was this one at? 1.3. So we don't seem to be having any problems. And what I'm thinking of is we just ran out of dollars for some other reason, and I never went back and looked at the video. But yeah, it's definitely... I think the other issue that we may have had was we really didn't have necessarily a stable flow of workers when I started purchasing things, and I never really went back and looked at our electrical. But there we go. I think we're now energy independent. We're going to have to keep an eye on things. And the whole reason I panicked was because I saw our dollars were zero, and then I had that, I call it a glitch. Where was it? Am I in the wrong town? No, I'm in the right town. Yeah, I had that glitch when we hooked up this footpath here. So, yeah. So it might have just been some kind of a weird connection. I had a power symbol right there. So I think we're okay. And it took a while to do all that investigating. That's why I did a lot of it off camera. And the building is on fire. Let's go visit it. Make sure it's not. Oh, yeah. I think we'll get there. Now, this firehouse can cover up here, right? Just one other question. This is probably where they're coming from. Look, we got 2 fire trucks there. And barely. Yeah, so I was looking. Did I forget if I put a firehouse up here? And I don't think I did. But I definitely think it would be worth it. And it should be somewhere reasonably close to... I think we could like pull a few people off of one of these train stations. So I'm thinking that like up here, like the fire trucks can get down into here. Yeah, come on, guy. Are you going to get there or what? There he comes. Yeah, okay. He's making me a little nervous. Fire's burning for a little while. So I'm wondering what about right about here? Can we... It might be a little bit small. Firehouses are fairly big. And equipment for citizens. Yeah, see, that's too big to fit in there. Fit in here? No, not with the hills, especially. Yeah, it wouldn't fit in there, even if I leveled more out. So I guess maybe here. Wouldn't fit there. Might fit up here. Yeah, it would. There we go. So we'll build a firehouse there. Get that guy building the road for a minute. All right. Well, anyway, we'll keep an eye out for power, but I think we should be okay as long as we don't have a issue with the 19 node rule. And we don't seem to be at this point. And I don't think I have that many connections, but you know, I did try to run like main power lines kind of every which way. So we'll see. But it definitely makes an argument for spreading out your coal usage. So, or power plants. Like, you don't really want them all in one spot unless they're in the middle of your map. Like, it might make sense if we had one over here. We don't have a huge amount of coal right here, which is in the middle of our map. This is a lot of iron. So in any event, I think we're in good shape. Let's go see how our cars are doing. We have a few people working on cars. Do we have another? Where's our truck? Yep, he's making another trip. Okay, well now we should probably figure out what we can do with these cars, considering... Where are we going? Over here. So what we could... One of the things I thought of was, could we get a parking lot over in this area where it wouldn't bother anyone? Yeah, we'll do a large parking lot, right? Because I don't really think they're that large compared to many other... we can't put it in the middle there. We could put it... No. Like, try to get it... we might be able to put it like... Nah. Well, we could get rid of those power lines. Like, yeah, we could get one here. We just have to get rid of that footpath, which is sort of a far distance anyway. Man, I don't really want to mess with that footpath. Yeah, if we did it over here, then at least a few people could drive to work if they wanted to. Let's go close to that. All right. And then let's get... Now let's... you know what? I need to learn the distance that it will go. There we go. So you can work on that. And why don't you help him with that road too? We'll get that done. Yeah, so let's before I go nuts with it, you know, like I said, I want to learn about it. We could probably put another one out here if we thought it would go that far, but You know, if they won't go this far, then that's sort of a problem over to here. All right, so now, yeah, and I really don't want to get into putting, I will definitely put parking lots in here when we go to phase 2 of firing up the clothing and whatnot. Now, another idea I have as far as like a phase 3, 4, 5, I don't know, is we do have some coal up here, and it's probably enough to fire up another power plant. So I'm not sure exactly how we'll do that. Let me go over to here and here and here. See that? It's not, you know, it's not going to blow your socks off, but yeah, I definitely think we could maybe get a power plant over in this area. Maybe even over here if we really went nuts with our conveyors, but I think I'd probably put it over here. And then we'd somehow get a passenger train over there. We could probably jump over these tracks and then get this way. We'll see. I don't know that we really need it now that we conducted the test, but it certainly might not hurt, and it would be far enough away from any pollution issues. Speaking of pollution issues, what I'm thinking here is is this a good opportunity to try to use cars and parking lots where we can maybe get rid of these 3 houses? Now, are these guys picking up? Oh, yeah, look, they only have a 70 lifespan. 72. Not much alcoholism being the reason. Now, it would be nice if they told you the pollution level. I don't know how. So what are these guys? 71. Yeah, see, we're getting pretty well polluted. How about all the way over to here? 82. That's getting up to normal. I think 88 or 89. 74. So all of these people are, I don't know if, are they getting polluted or are they, why would they only have a 70 average lifespan? See, there's 87.9. Now, are you guys, well, no, you wouldn't be getting polluted from anything over here. All right, let's do a pollution monitoring station. All right. I think we can construct this by someone. I don't know how far this thing, well, how far does this thing reach? We have one right over here. And when I first looked at it, it didn't look like it was doing anything. Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Oh, there we go. There's the range. Where is it, the range? It just goes on forever? No. Yeah, so I would assume all those being very green dots is saying that we don't have much pollution in this area. But there we go. See, there's pollution. So it covers a really big area, which is good. As far as... Yeah, so see, this house is in the yellow here. Yeah, it would be nice if you can kind of click on that, not have to hold your mouse over it the whole time, but not too bad, but affected. So let's go build another one of those now that we know they definitely work. I don't remember it working that well when it very first came out. So we should be able to fit this little guy in. Maybe even over by our firehouse, right? Yeah, that's... I think that'll cover this whole area quite well. Because we could be getting pollution over here. So let's see. I think Camine, yeah, it shouldn't be too bad for this guy to build. The lag is a little annoying. All right, where was that? There you go. So we'll have to remember to come back and get that the rest of the way built. But there we go. We're 60% done over here, so we can start moving. Probably could start moving some bulldozers over closer. We have room in this depot. We still have a bunch of covered wagons. Antonio suggested that I sell them off. I hesitate to do that a little bit. And so this, yeah, we'll just take all 3 of these. You know, they'll cause traffic jams, but no, don't start. Oh, no, not there. We're just going to get them heading down to here. There we go. So they'll at least be heading down that way, and that'll help us level out and build a new farm over here. once, by the time that gets done. All right, there we go. We're getting things done today. Now, how are our power plants doing? Yeah, I mean, we're, like I said, so this switch here had a lot of wattage, and it's okay. So I don't see, I don't see why we would have to import power, and I haven't found any place that's saying they don't have power. So we'll just try to keep an eye out. And then the other thing, it's concerning if we try to fire up too much more stuff, but not overly so, right? I mean, I don't think we're hardly using anything over here on these lines. Now I see a little fluctuating, and I don't know if that's a sign of weakness or what, but we shall find out. Now, how are we doing? These guys are just plugging them. These are the best crew over the last few months. They just keep going out there and working on this railroad all the way across here. These guys are probably not doing a darn thing because they are doing, I mean, they get these done so quickly that it's hard to see. If you assign them to this, he gets that done in like a heartbeat. Oh, you know what? We never did that. But then this was not done. So we can get this little piece built after he gets that electrified. And then he's going to be coming in on this track. So is there some place? Yeah, let's get, yeah, the left-hand track. This guy should be able to come in. There we go. So that'll mean all of this track is electrified, and as soon as we get these warehouses built, we could theoretically start getting trains to come in from this way, other than it's going to be a little bit of a mess maybe with our construction cranes. I'm not sure where we could do a crisscross. Well, I did one here, so yeah, we might be able to crisscross them and get them to work on other stuff, but there we go. All right, so anyway, we got that worked on. And this guy should be auto-searching. Oh yeah, plenty of work to do for him. And as far as this, I did assign, when it comes to Nueve Rivergrad, I did assign many things. Is that train station or train construction? I think they may be. No, they're going, as long as they're going. Do we have a jam up? Once in a while we get a jam up. Oh yeah, what are you? Yeah, this, by the way, interesting. Why are we all red? Let's get the signaling out. By the time you've watched this, you may have seen the signaling video. So we have all chain signals here as part of the problem. So what we need to do, if we want to break this up, hopefully we can do it like that. All right, so that just created another block in here that's not chained so that they can come into this and then kind of pass each other. Okay. The problem was we had too many intersections. It was treating this as like one block, but because it was all double, triple chained together, it wasn't letting them pass. Okay, good. So another problem worked out. Oh, and by the way, we lost our chemical production because while I was going around looking, I noticed, there we go. That's wood. Do we have gravel in here now? Yes, good. So our chemical, like I was looking for power usage, and it was like 0 or close to it from here. Yeah, pretty low. Less than 1 or about 1. And that should all be coming from here, so I was just surprised at how low it was. I wouldn't have thought it should be that low, and sure enough, we weren't running any chemicals, so who knows if that'll cause us other problems. So, good. All right, so let's go back to what we were doing before we got distracted, and that's in part getting this. No, we don't have that built yet. Do we have gravel there yet? Yeah, so we just need to get some people over there. I'm sure they'll do that soon, because I want to find out about the pollution issue here. Just see if we can kind of tell where it's coming from. They're certainly surrounded by polluting things. And again, remember, this city was built before there was such a thing of pollution, but I knew it was coming. So compared to when I built Revergrad, yeah, I saw that there was some mention of pollution, but I didn't know it was coming, so to speak. So I had built everything right on top of each other, which at the time I didn't have any money, so I didn't have a whole lot of choice. I just definitely needed to keep things. By the time we got Revergrad going, or Energinisk here going, it was really a lot. Like the financial situation while we were building this up wasn't nearly as bad. We had gotten our steel mill potentially going at some point along this, and so I definitely want to keep an eye out on. So I guess I did a little bit better of getting things further away, but like I wasn't sure if this would be a polluter or not. I mean, obviously you can look and say, well, it's awful close. You could have guessed that. Well, we'll see. Let's just see if we can tell when we build this thing. There we go. He dropped off some people. So is that going to be done in a heartbeat, or did he not drop off people? I got 2. All right, we got 6. There we go. Shouldn't take that long to do that. Then while we're down here, we'll get this assigned. Doesn't connect. Come on. There you go. Now connected. Asphalt plant can't produce asphalt. This I would think would be your asphalt. Just didn't have enough people. All right, so let's go look for more places we can put these cars in. We're not going to do that, but at least we have the monitor, just because I want to see before we make any move. I don't know. I mean, I think we're getting a few more people, but if they're going to be dying, that's sort of a different problem than whether we put cars in or not. Because I'm looking for situations like this, where I could maybe put a parking lot right in this area and then have them drive over to here to go to work and get rid of some of the busing that we have. So let's go take a look. Like this situation. Now we don't have too many people over here. How are people doing? Yeah, see, 89. So they're definitely getting polluted more over there. And yeah, we could, I don't know. Can we put these parking lots underneath of? I think I'm just going to go for. See, it won't let us build under that. We kind of have all houses up there. We don't. It would be nice if we could get it. Would it fit in? Yeah, maybe. And I could definitely move one of those houses. We've already built the road. Come on, get in there. There we go. So that's a parking lot. So I guess we're going to have to get them a car dealer, which probably doesn't matter too much. We're going to move this over and get this guy building that road. You know what? You have another one right here. You can help with the road too. Shrink that down because we're going to do this again in a second. So I would think that if we put a car dealer in, because I plan on putting like more stuff back in here for our mechanical componentsville. So let us get a... I forget where the car dealers are. I guess it's in with... Yeah, car dealer. You know, I don't know if that's too far for them to go to the car dealer from all the way over there, but if it is, you know, I'd like to get a university over here one day. Let's square that up a little bit. I think that'll be not a terrible place. If we want to put an additional thing we could think about here, but I was thinking about putting a university like right in this area. And maybe having to, I mean, we've already leveled quite a bit over here, but we'll see. And so maybe we'll go over this way with town, but in the meantime, at least we will have a car dealer and we will have a parking lot. So this will be our next experimental town, even though we don't have that many people here because we're not building our mechanical components quite yet. So I mean, so the parking lot's all the way up here. I don't think they're going to be able to reach all the way down to here with the parking lot, but then can they walk the rest of the distance? So let's see about getting another parking lot where they can drive to work. I guess we could do small parking lot, huh? Yeah, how about medium? No. Zoom in. Oops, zoom in. Yeah, that's really kind of on a hill. I don't think it would make too much distance or difference. Yeah, see, that's... Yeah, let's see. Can I level this out a little bit? And then... No, it just won't quite do it. Now, can we do it sideways? Yeah, see, it won't let me... Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. Then we can attach a road up. All right, and we can get... Might as well do that since you've already attached it. There we go. So we'll see again. So we'll have a second experiment as far as... And I'll leave these open so we can come back when they get done these roads. We'll just zap right back up here. Now, how are we doing on our car production? Oh, look, we got... Oh, okay, so they're not putting them out into here. Another question. How much are the cars worth for exporting? I think they're all worth different amounts, right? Oh, look, we're pumping them out. We're running. Very good. All right, so let's see. If we look at our licenses, I guess we'd have to click on a car, maybe. That would be the... Now, I'm assuming... Yeah, if we sold the vehicle, 64,800. To answer your question, Shunter. So there we go. So it's 64,800, which is a good chunk of change when you consider it's only one car. Like I said, the value of the money now is so overinflated in a sense compared to when you first start. I mean, it is what it is. But don't get excited that I have. It's probably in the neighborhood of 40 times less from when you started. Like 40. This is in order to get the starting from 1960, and we're in 2017. Divide this by 40. So you're talking. I mean, we have some money. We're in decent shape, but we're still it's not worth getting too excited over. So anyway, so there we go. So we have some cars building up. I'm assuming they'll send them out rather than stopping production. Does it really? Oh yeah, finished vehicles. Does it tell us how many is the total we could put in there? I don't know. Does it tell us here? Space for vehicles. It doesn't really say any kind of a limit down there, so I don't know what to do or say. But again, in any event, we got a place to come pick up the vehicles over here. That seems to be working. Eventually, we could drive the vehicles here and try a little bit of a train test, right? Now, again, we're not really producing that much that I'm too worried about a train test. Oh, another comment Radomir had made along with his power thing. So the power thing, yes, I'm connected to both sides, and I think I just panicked, and there's no reason. He said that we would only be using electrical components for the trolley cars, but that's, I don't know, and what he said was electronic components. So it's sort of, I wasn't sure if he had meant, like, in other words, we have electronics in the game. Let's go over here. We have electronics in the game and electro components, or so it's. He said electronic components. So I'm not sure if he meant the electronics or did he mean the electro components or electrical components. Now in other places, does it say electrical? No, this is not another place. How about let's click on the factory. I'm just kind of curious because I kept thinking of them as electrical components. Electro components. Let's see. What if we click on a train? It doesn't really say mechanical, electronics. Oh yeah, they're always called an electro component. So maybe I'll try to go along with that nomenclature. And in any event, we do need electro components, right, for most of the vehicles. If we come over here to the licensing, so he must have been meaning electronics, and then he was talking about we would need them for some kind of a train or trolley car or something. Can we even do? I never even knew we could do trolley. I don't know what. Well, let me go read his comment, I guess, right? I do want to answer the question if I can. Take me a second here. Sorry. There we go. Trolley buses. I don't know. Can we even do trolley buses? That's what I thought he had said. I don't think we can do. I mean, we can do buses. Does that include trolley buses? And I don't see. I mean, when I looked, and I kind of went through like every single one of them, you know, to see, not one did I see was for that. So, refrigerated dumper, roller, paver. Yeah, there's no. I don't think we can do trolley buses at all. Maybe he's referring to some future kind of thing. I don't know. Well, whatever. I don't see any place we would use electronics. So if somebody knows, just please let me know. I'll pass the information along. So at this point, we have plenty of electrical components. We have everything we need. We're running. We seem to be producing cars pretty steadily. I'm a happy camper. All right. So what were we building over here? Weren't we in the middle of something? No, I built these footpaths because we're not getting a huge number of people. And I think that footpath may have helped getting people from this trolley stop. And so at least seems like we have more people over here. And I'm not quite ready to ramp up the number of people in this area because I want to save my extra population again for over here. And I definitely want to make sure we keep building. Oh, good. We're done this road because I want to get these railroads. I don't think we have to, which was another good thing. But see, now we can get like that and that road done. Good. And that's just one long straight section. By the way, I changed this to gravel just so it could get done lightning quick. Because we're not going to be using this train station anytime soon, but I'd prefer to get it built just so that it's built. And then we have to add a lot more housing in here too. So, but I kind of wanted to get this part done, make sure all the track and everything's flowing well. Now, how are we doing over here? Do we get teachers and is everybody... We don't have any college. Yeah, we don't have many people here, but we got our kindergarten, so people should be... Yeah, they can't visit a pub, can't visit a hospital. Well, we could start working on the hospital thing. Let's open this guy up again. At least get him working on some other stuff. Get that little road towards the hospital done. And all this, we're not going to build any houses until we're ready with our railroad track, but we could probably get the fire station going. That's enough for the moment. And then this guy, yeah, he's got plenty to do. But I do want him to help with... Are we done these? No. All right, so it'll take these guys a little while. Asphalt plant can't produce asphalt. Well, where is your asphalt plant? RavTac. Yeah, we're not getting the most steady supply of people. This would definitely be another area... But see, I don't think they're going to be able to drive that far. So these parking lots, well, I need to find out the distance. I'll do it between the episodes if we don't work it out here and now. Let's see, did we get our pollution monitor thing going? Yes, we did. Yeah, we're picking up pollution from both ends. It's funny how there's not that much pollution over by our refinery. Yeah, I don't know how the pollution works exactly, but I would definitely say that it seems to be centered around this oil right here, but is it because it's all like piling up, and then why wouldn't that be putting out a lot more pollution? Or maybe it is and it's blowing in a certain direction. And then we lose our monitoring at a certain point over there. So yeah, I definitely think we could consider. I mean, these guys should be kind of okay, and they kind of are with a 79. It's. What I'm wondering is, do we build a street out straight this way and move at least a few of these houses over to here? And then we could talk about, you know what, I bet you we could get a parking lot. Let's get a parking lot going. Can we get a large one? Maybe. Let's do the leveling thing if we can. I don't know. Yep, good. We got people in the area. Does that help us get a large one in here? There we go. So we'll get that built by this guy here. Oh, look, he's done our construction office. Good. Another thing to do. All right. So we'll get that one built. And then that means we're going to need a car dealer down in here. And we're going to probably, let's do this. So even though this won't be ideal, we'll get rid of these houses that are the worst polluted. Now, how about over here? You're in the borderlands too. We'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead. Well, we should probably do like a regular good road. And we're just going to run this. No, you know what I want to do? Let me just build a regular road and we'll immediately upgrade this. I don't necessarily want this to be... I don't want this to be a road that they can... Yeah, I'm just going to have them build this road. Like, I don't want it to be a road they can drive up and down and back out of town. Though I don't know why. I'll think about that later, finishing it up. But those guys can pave those two roads for now. And do they have pavers? I don't know. Now, did these guys get down here yet? No. Which is why I sent them down a while ago. We still don't have those trucks to send, or the bulldozers and all to send over here. So expect in between the episodes that I would come in here and place down our farms, because we'll get those bulldozers and excavators. Even if I have to pause time, I'd like to pause time when I do it. I'll take the bulldozer and excavator from here and put them into here, just even if it's temporary. And I can send them back after I pause time. A little cheatiness in some respects. And so now the other question that I would have over here is, do we really need any of this? I'm not sure how much this is actually polluting because we're probably not using it that much, but could we just, with the limited amount of construction that we would do, can we just count on coming over here for our supplies? And then get rid of these, the constructions over here. Like, just use this because it's a little further away and from these two places where they might be polluting. Yeah, you know what I want to do? Let's put in another pollution monitoring thing here. Will it fit right in there? Yeah. All right. Oops, not connected. Then I just lost where I was at. There we go. All right, good. Yeah, so we'll have another pollution monitoring in here so we can get an idea of what's going on with that. Now, we can probably just click 89, but I'd like to get a better idea of exactly where it is. Not that we would expand the people here, but, you know, why not? It's just not going to cost us that much. We're wealthy, but our money is going down. And I think we want to go over and let's end the episode, and then we'll spend a few minutes, 10 minutes maybe, and let's see who's exporting to here. In particular, yeah, I want to get these guys off of that. We built our dollars back up. We stopped importing power. So I want to go and go all the way up here. And let's do add a stop. Unload anything. Get rid of the stop. All right. Same thing here. All right, good. So we'll start exporting again, and yeah, let's jump down here while we look at the economy, just so we can see when these guys are done our roads to the different things. So this is a large parking lot, medium parking lot, and car dealer. Good. So once one of those roads gets done, we'll jump right on it, and this will be one of our first places, I'm hoping, and then we'll get an idea, and I'll find out in between the episodes how far they'll be able to drive. So, you know, will they even be able to go this far? We could talk about, well, the power lines are right there, but I will change my idea of the design of town in order to get people where they can use these cars. So we'll just see. I have a feeling that may be too far, but we'll see. Okay, so we'll leave that open just so we can see it. Let's take a look at the economy here. And last month, we imported alcohol. It'd sure be nice to know where from that we imported alcohol. Which really, I think, I'm convinced enough. Yeah, see, we could have, any one of these, I think at this point, we are going to make sure that we are not importing. If they don't get alcohol from us, there's absolutely no reason for them to get it, and we should probably even consider deleting those altogether. And it's probably something like this that was actually the culprit, where you got to go, yeah, see, look, purchase alcohol, cancel. But that was not with, that was with Rubles. This is the bar. Yeah, there's dollars. See, I bet you we're purchasing alcohol right there. There we go. So if they run out of alcohol, tough patooters. The alcoholics will just have to suffer. No offense to any of you alcoholics out there. Yep, see, like right there. We're really not. There we go. I'm not that worried about us importing alcohol, but at the same time, it's just not. I'm close to just deleting them all together. So, yeah, we're really not doing very good with our alcohol distribution, are we? All right, let's. Yeah, there we go. Another one. Every town had a pub, which is probably the way it should be, but. All right, there we go. So this one had alcohol. All the way over here, we got alcohol delivered, but nowhere else. Good. So we'll turn that back up off. Did we get ChemSol? Yes. Or at least it was never on. And how about over here? Where's our pub? Yeah, that's the shopping center. That's kindergarten. Do we have a pub over here? I'm pretty sure we did. Or did I destroy it or something? Oh yeah, you know what? This is the town I destroyed it. How about over here? Yep, right there. All right, so if they're not getting alcohol, and we don't. Yeah, see, we don't have one over here. People are doing fine. You really just don't need them, and I'm not sure that they just don't cause more problems than they're worth. So we would have. Yeah, we didn't build the pubs over here. So I think that should take care of all of the pub purchasing. So let's do something else here as we end the episode, and I'll probably complete this in the regular episode. We got this bridge and all done. So what I want to do is come up here. This is the reason I thought of this is because this has to do more or less with the alcohol. We are going to delete this, and we are going to delete that. All right, we're going to delete all of this track as best we can. Delete that back at least to there, I think. So this track is now, we can start here. This, be a little bit careful. All right, so any trains coming in now aren't going to be able to get in here. But let's see how we can hook these guys up. Now, I'm not sure how much heartache this is going to cause me. All right, so we would have that, and then this. And that. When I say heartache, I mean, is it worth just purchasing these? Or are we just going to have such a fiasco trying to get them out there with all the other trains coming and going? And I really think that's the case. So just close your eyes. I'm just going to do this because it's so painful to get these rail construction guys out here. And I'll do it with our fund from Rubles. It's going to cost us over $1 million, but there we go. All right, so now we're all connected. Is this not electrified track here? No, it's not. Okay, well that should have been done. All right. Close your eyes again. Especially because this guy would have to be done from all the way down the other end, or some really goofy loop around situation. Now, I don't know if anybody's going to come in this way, but the idea is now, this is our supply loop, right? We only want trains that are taking semi-finished goods out and about. This is going to be the corn loop, as I call it, though we may end up with something else on there besides just corn. So this we didn't want attached because any corn will come in this way, right? So what that means is that when I put a train, when we ramp up our trains over here, we're just going to keep the corn here, and then we're going to go right now, and we're going to go buy a vodka train and go get that hooked up. Can we get there from here now? That's sort of a problem as well. Maybe. This is not really... Eventually, when we get into Moose Cow here, I intend to get rid of this, so I don't... Like, in other words, Moose Cow's going to have trains and whatnot coming in here for corn, and I just see us sort of redoing at least some of this area in order to make Moose Cow work. So Now the question is, how in the world would they get over there? If they came out, they could go all the way down. And I think all of this is electrified. They could loop around there and then come back. Or I could just tell them to go to Importska. Yeah, I could tell them to go to Importska first. Because that's all I want them to do is just start exporting stuff. Yeah, and then they could get back onto what I would call their regular loop. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, so let's get a train from over here. Because we can. And I don't really know. How about this one? Electric, look, we're sure it's an electric one. Yeah, CH4, 10 million buckaroos. All right, and then we want cargo wagons, and I think these blue ones. Who carries the most alcohol? You all carry about the same. We just need an alcohol tanker. You know what? Corn will be on the blue cars, so let's get these red cars, which hold the same amount. And how about 4 red cars? I don't think that'll cause a problem. What do we have this open for? Oh, because we want to. Oh, look, some of those roads are done up there. So let's shrink this and open this and tell this guy. Yeah, I want you to go to Importska just for the sake of getting down here in a sane way. And then I want you to come here. But because we don't plan on using much, I'm going to have them go all the way up here to Walnut. So we want you to load here alcohol and unload anything, because that's the rule whenever we go to a custom house now. And then start, and then I'm going to keep an eye on you while we go up there and assign, and then we're going to end the episode. But we'll keep an eye on this one, and that's probably where we'll end the episode. So let's come up here again and say, okay, which one of these did you get done? This one? Yeah, so go ahead and build that parking lot. And you can just sort of, oops, he's already open. Now that we're over here. You can just sort of help him with said task. There, so I'll finish up, at least getting these built. I think we'll ramp up the cars together so we can all see how it works. And yeah, every time I look here, we don't seem to have enough trucks, which is good. So as we ramp up these parking lots and start using the cars here and there more, and I am going to do some research in between the episodes to make sure we can. Oop, is this one done? Yes, it is. To make sure that we can. Yep, doesn't connect. Okay, well, we'll hold our horses. Just see how far, because we need to be a little bit smarter about these parking lots than I am today. All right, so let's. Yeah, why do we have an excavator open? Because we clicked on it. All right, let's go see where this guy's at. Holy taboli. Really? You're going that way? All right, you know what? Why don't you. No, you know what? Yeah, let's make sure. I had a train try to turn around before, but this guy's not. All right, so hopefully he'll go to Vodka Station. You guys will have to wait to find out. I was going to wait till he got there and take that off as the very last thing that we do. But there we go. So we got some things done. I think we're okay with the power. So sorry about that scare. That was purely my fault. I mean, the electrical engineers have been sent to the gulag for scaring me like that, for scaring us. No, we got it. I think we got that straightened out, and we'll get some cars going. Look at that. Look at all the people who own red cars. Not one person's using the red car, but at the same time, they have the red car. So we'll. Oh wait. Oh, part of the reason they're not is because we haven't built this parking lot. Right, and then. Yeah, so we'll get that parking lot built and see if they start using it. Good. All right, guys. Well, we have a plan for the next episode. Expect me to probably be doing some leveling over here, just enough to get 14 more farm fields over there, which, could be a good amount of leveling, but we'll see. And then I will not do too much as far as getting them to use those things, and then other than that, we'll just keep plugging away over here, probably keep building stuff and assigning stuff while I'm doing those other things. And we will see you in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. Take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye-bye.